Say your name.
Is Jonathan Danunder a young?
I'll say it again for you. He doesn't speak English and yet he's an Australian. History down under.
History Hunter Danunder.
History Hunter down under.
Yes.
Dan under, not down under. Dan. His first name is Dan. All right.
Danunder.
Oh, anyway, I'm trying. Before I go insane, there we go. Put the camera back there a bit. I'm gonna do. I hope the microphone's working. Anyway, put it that way a bit. You might have to move over. Oh, wait a minute.
So I think the lights in the background.
Oh, that's all right. Look, my viewers don't even get any light on them anyway. So, Dan and I, we're going to let you listen in on our train track conversation between Casino Moolumbar and Byron Bay. Oh, and Brendo's back. Oh, Brendo's dropped in. He doesn't know what we're doing. Anyway, here's the having a frog up there.
Cheers.
Brendo's back. Just leave it in your bike. Brand, just leave it in your bike. Anyway. Oh. Yeah, we're live streaming at the moment, so Kiwi Don't Rock Tunnel, there's a camera there running that's going all around the world. So if you don't want to be on camera, don't say nothing. I think my camera's stuck actually.
It's really bright.
Is it bright or is it?
Yeah, I think it's bright.
I think, yeah, you're going to have to sit over this side there. Yes, you like a studio, people? Look, that's our studio. It's a knife and fork box, and that's what we're using. That's our studio. And there he is. There's Brendo. Wave, Brendo. Just wave. Hello, there he is. He's a super cool dude from Queensland. He's my only normal friend that's not part hominoid. He's better looking than me because I don't have his ravy long hair, so I've got the old grey fox haircut. But anyway, he's a stud of Moolumbar. You know, he gets all the girls up here. Girls, if you girls want to come up here, look out for Brendo. I mean, you know, I don't know how many girls are going to be looking at this, but anyway, I've at least got to try and get him married off somehow. Can't even remember how it. Anyway, we were talking about, and you're going to be listening. This is not the usual live stream chat we have. Brendo is a historian who's teaching me about the Queensland Railway from Beenleigh down to the Gold Coast, where the New South Wales Railway used to meet up. Did it actually used to meet up at Tweed or not?
Nope, it never met up. Tweed Heads was the last stop, and
face the camera a bit.
Yep. So Tweed Heads was the last stop, and then Tondong was the last stop for the last stop on the line. But then the last passenger was Moolumbar, and they were fighting with each other. The two governments.
So it was planned to go through to Tweed, but they never built it. Well, that's what I knew, but you sort of had me a bit confused for what you said.
So,
but Queensland, what's this about this tunnel she was saying earlier to me?
Ernest Junction Tunnel.
Yeah, where's that?
At Molondina in Queensland.
Oh, right, so that's out of my jurisdiction. I don't know anything about it. And I'm not one of these guys that says, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I have no idea. So where's that near? Helens Vale or down this further way? Or
I'll have to look it up.
All right, well, you look it up and I'll keep raving. All right. Very big cheerio to my very best friend, Chris Lazenby at Moolumbar for putting up with Mr. Hominoid. So he's probably going to see this and squeal and hit the roof and catcall the floor. Thank you, Chris, for putting up with me. Anyway, through my time of ill health, bad knee and recuperation. So thank you, Chris Lazenby at Moolumbar. And another thank you to Brendo, my mate sitting here, who's also helping me out by driving me around sometimes when I can't drive. Don't you, Brendo? Just say yeah. Just say yes.
What's that?
He said, what's that? Mate, we should really be running the comedy show here. I mean, like it's an actor like Romeo, oh Romeo, let your hair. Oh Juliet, oh Juliet, let your hair. And
what's on second? No,
like I just said it wrong myself. I said Romeo. No, hang on. Was it Romeo, oh Romeo, oh Juliet, let your hair down?
No, Rapunzel.
Oh Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let your hair down.
See what I
Hey,
mean?
you silly, get
Look,
your hair again.
see, that's why I went into comedy, because whenever I did comedy on radio, no matter how many times I stuck up, it still come out funny, which is meant what it was meant to be.
That's it.
Now, do you want a drink? Or you got one?
Still got one.
All right, okay, all right. Anyway, so we were talking about Coolangatta. Okay, for the people out there, Coolangatta to Moolumbar Railway Line has been dissected like a hamburger. Casino has had the railway lines ripped out just east of the Casino Miniature Railway. I know that for a fact.
Yep, it's gone right up to just before the tunnel. They've ripped them all up to the tunnel there, the first tunnel.
And done nothing with it. Just taken them all away, just ripped it all up.
Yeah.
You know, I'd hate to be our ancestors, 120 years ago, built all that line, slowed their guts out. People died building that.
Yep, they're correct. There was several people died. Yep.
And they died for nothing. Because now these bum shits of today, bum shits, no, but swear word, because everybody has a bum and everybody has shit. So it's not sweet. No, it's not. You really got to check the legal terminology when you do radio, by the way, Brendo. When you do radio, you can't say, I can't say you're a faggot, but the only way I can call you a faggot is if you're a pop plant and you've got a piece of wire. That's a faggot.
Bunch of sticks.
Yeah, that's right, bunch of sticks. That's right.
Cool.
And there's a big bunch of sticks in the pop plant over there. That's why I said. But anyway, these rail trailers think they're great, and I had to laugh when I seen the video rail trail made of Brendo would know as a place called Tumbarumba. You think you've got good names up? It's another T one. You know how you got Tyagram, you've got Dumbalgum and Tyalgum, and well down there they got Tumbarumba. Well, they built this railway. They took the railway line away, and they got out of here. The footpath now they got for the bikes on the old railway line corridor, and they showed this beautiful footage. They said, "Look at the people enjoying the train track, the whole corridor." And it's the same guy going this way, then he's going this way, this way, this way, with his wife and kid, all on the same bike with the same clothing, and they're trying to make it as all these different people. And then the one woman, and I still can't believe Railfail actually put in the comment was, you're not going there?
I might have to boost.
You are? All right, we'll come back in a minute. We're going to go get something to eat. We won't be very long. I've really got to eat. I want to go get something to eat. Anyway, so this one woman in a cafe turns around and says, not everybody just comes to Tumbarumba for Tumbarumba. They come here for the people and the food as well. And Railfail put it on their ad. They don't just come here for Railfail. And you're saying the same three people and one bloke in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
There's nobody else there. And there's been hardly anybody on it ever since. It's supposed to be the golden goose egg to make money. Well, I'd love to know how many of these people that the New South Wales government thinks by turning a railway line into a corridor for people to ride push bikes, the majority of cars over there are Queenslanders.
Yeah, they are.
They're Queenslanders. And they're not giving a one red cent to the township of Moolumbar. If they do buy anything, it will be at the petrol station buying petrol to get home.
Yep. Because they drive here. They're actually having a problem with parking at the moment.
Yeah, there's so many of them. They're over there parking.
They're parking over people's properties.
Really?
Yeah, they're parking over people's property over the driveways. I've seen on Moolumbar Matters. They've been complaining about them. So it's something they haven't thought about.
Hang on, slow down. The who? Moolumbar Matters?
Moolumbar Matters, which is a local Facebook group.
Oh, right.
Yeah, where people go into. They're actually writing on there saying that they can't even get out of the driveway sometimes because they'll park over the driveway or a bit over the driveway with their trailers. Because they do. They bring their cars with trailers with bikes on them. Or, So they haven't really thought it out. Like, the train line was never ever meant to accompany like a lot of people, like a lot of traffic. The more traffic was going on the train. So basically,
People come in by buses, get dropped off by cars, so the cars would leave, not sit there and park.
Just like an airport, that's right. Like the majority of it's just stop, go, and then you fly out. Now you come here, they drive in here. They drive here, they ride the bike, they go back in their cars and they go back home because there's more facilities back up there, guys.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just going to put that a bit. You can get over a bit closer if you want to. Get over a bit closer, see a bit more in the camera. That's all right. Move your chair over. I know you're not going to kiss me. It's all right, mate.
No.
You wouldn't want to kiss an old fart like me anyway.
No.
I mean, like, I'm so good looking. Well, anyway. That's typical hominoid humour. I had a very interesting, getting off the subject, very interesting time on the Satellite Jack show this morning, and they all got blind drunk over there in America because it was their Saturday night, and
Yep, correct, it is, yep.
I was sitting there waiting for an hour for them to start a game show, and I'm got my Mr. Hominoid badge up there, and I'm waiting there for an hour, and they and then they said, "Oh, good night," and hit the button, and I went.
Well, I've had friends fall asleep on lives, mate. They get so drunk they fall asleep on lives, so it's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, but anyway, we're not going to advertise them. Anyway, I went out to Tenterfield Railway. I'll get back to what I'm talking about. So another little scheme, this mob that destroyed the railway corridor. I'm not going to call it renovated or modified it. I'm going to call it destroyed it. What's the name?
NRT, Northern River Rail Trail.
No, the contractors. Anyway, that mob, they decided that they're going to go around and tell a farmer that his dairy shed, which is not in the railway corridor, he now has to pay them rent for his farm. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And they went up there with these phony land title deeds and tried to say, your dairy farm that's been there, get this, when his great-grandfather was here, when they built the railway line.
Is it the one down at Dunbible?
No, just, Dunbible.
Dunbible.
Yeah. They tried to tell him that they never owned the land before the railway line come through, and he has to pay rent for his dairy farm on the railway line corridor. They went out there knocking on his door, and I know that for a fact because a friend of mine who works with a guy or lives with a guy or whatever, and he's standing there when they come up and they pulled out these fake land deed entitlements. The New South Wales government, New South Wales Premier, please investigate this, making out they own property they do not own and trying to charge farmers where their dairy sheds are, which is nowhere near the railway line. How would a dairy farmer even put his milking shed anywhere near a railway line? You want the cows to give milk, not give milk, you know.
There's something brothers.
Bill, I don't know. I can't, my phone's on low so I can't look it up. Anyway, so what we're going to be basically talking about, apart from the corruption and the great gracefulness of people. Apparently, the latest story I've heard is somebody's going along the train tracks and putting out spikes to flatten all their tyres.
I've heard that too.
Now, I don't know whether that's a vicious rumour. Now, I'm going to set this back straight. I started up as a joke. I will take full responsibility for this. I started up as a joke. And, well, not as a joke, but when Tweed City Council said about from Chinra to Billy Nudgel, next to the freeway, like so. Yeah, that's it, sort of like that. Billy Nudgel, right? They should put the railway line in to run the express train from Coolangatta Airport to get into Byron Bay, because all the traffic sits out there at Byron Bay. And you can drive down the motorway on a 2-lane motorway, and then as soon as you turn left, you go up a roundabout, it goes in 2 lanes, then to another roundabout, then into 1 lane, and then it's bumper to bumper, bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper, all the way into Byron Bay. It's ridiculous. And the majority of them are Queenslanders and backpackers coming down from Queenslanders with out-of-state number plates. And if not them, it's the locals from Brunswick or Tweed or Hastings or Pottsville or actually I don't think even Hastings and Pottsville people even bother going down to Byron because they're just so sick of it. Because I lived at Hastings Point, Pottsville. I think probably maybe 3 cars a day might go from there, but I mean it's not a very big population. But majority of the crap comes in there, comes off the motorway from up on the border. Because when you sit up there in that traffic from say South Tweed on the motorway, you can sit there, you can watch the majority of it will go all the way right into Byron, and the heavy trucks will go through and the cars will turn left, and just feed in there like a bunch of flies chasing a cow paddock, you know. So, but anyway, so I said, why don't they put the railway line directly from Chindra down to Billinudgel? So, and I put that in there as a suggestion to Tweed City Council. If you lose the railway line, you rip it all up, and the railway comes back, Moolumbar won't ever get a railway line again because they'll put it in between Billinudgel and Chindra, because Chindra was actually marked as an allocation, and I'm going to tell you why I know this, and Benora Point and around to Coolangatta Airport, because I was a guy who was in the railway archives, and I used to see, now this is news to you, I used to see all the original plans drawn up since 1880 where railway lines were supposed to be built. Now, people know the train went from Moree to Inverell, which no longer runs. Yep. Well, it was meant to go through to Glen Innes. Yep. Wrong, Guyra. And then from Guyra, it was supposed to go to, come on.
Not Tamworth, Tenfield.
No, that's north.
North.
I'm one of the blokes who helped do Tenfield Railway Museum. Dorrigo.
Dorrigo, the big railway.
And then Dorrigo Railway Line was supposed to join up with from Guyra to go down onto the main line to go to Grafton. So they could ship their stuff from Moree to Grafton to Brisbane.
I'm glad you didn't mention Barababa.
Didn't mention what?
Barababa. It's a big joke, isn't it? All lines lead to Barababa. Look it up. That's it.
No, don't want to. No, I'm not going to go there.
It's true, mate. It's true. There's a lot.
Anyway,
there's
but
a lot of lines.
the railway line was also supposed to go from Batlow, where Batlow Apples is, to Batlow, which was an old station with a concrete building, which I actually, went to, seen, and I had a photograph somewhere of it. It's now been bulldozed. And Batlow, at the end of the railway line, it's a big power pole on your left. See how good my memory is, people. You don't believe me? Go down and look it up on Google Earth. It says huge rate steel high power pole. And then from there it's supposed to go to Tumbarumba.
Yep.
So it was supposed to go Cootamundra to Gundagai to Gilmore, Gilmore duck into Tumut come back out to Gilmore, then go to Batlow. Batlow was supposed to go to Tumbarumba, then come back around through Rosewood, and then come back out of Wagga Wagga.
Well, Tumut's been turned into a rail trail, or part of it. Because I was down at Tumut.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
If the railways would have completed making the complete circles and completed all these plans they made up in 1880, we wouldn't have all these bloody rail trails. Now, how many disused railway lines do you think there are in New South Wales?
Oh, there's heaps.
No, don't say heaps. Give me a number.
Oh, maybe around about 20.
Try 26.
Yeah, 26. Well, you're talking incomplete lines as well, or?
Well,
because you've got Don Barton, which was never actually done, but it is classed as a rail corridor.
Which is the one you're talking about, the great big Don Barton Railway Bridge that sits up
Bridge to Nowhere, yep.
Bridge to Nowhere, yes.
Yep.
What else?
There. You've got the other ones. I can't think off the top of my head.
How about Burke? You should go out to Burke one day.
I've been to the Gundagai. The Gundagai Bridge is still there. The big wooden.
Big wooden bridge has been taken
Which is-
away because I got it knocked down.
No, the road bridge is gone. The rail bridge.
You
is
didn't
still-
listen to what I just said.
Right.
I said the rail bridge is still there. The big
Oh.
wooden road bridge is gone because I got it knocked down.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Another man that hears but doesn't listen. But anyway, that's what I did. New South Wales Timber Bridge inspections.
Oh yes, yep.
Give me the pencil. I'm going to hit him. Hit him with the pencil.
I'm not Mr. Squiggle. Come on.
Mr. Swivel.
Here, maybe we can draw a squiggle.
Mr. Squiggle. There,
The
Chris.
bear from the
Chris
bear.
Lazenby. Look, I'm Mr. Squiggle,
Yeah.
right? You'll love it.
But there's. Okay, I can go to my sources. We'll see the lines. You'll be able to see.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what else? So, anyway, that was me stirred that up about Chendra to Billy Nigel. Right. Now, what people don't realise is this push bike crew mob that rebuilt the bridges. You know the bridge poles only used to be 18 inches in diameter, don't you?
No.
Hello? I'm talking to you.
No, I said no. I didn't know.
Right.
No.
Guess how big they are now?
Don't know.
3 foot.
3 foot? Oh, yeah.
Double the size. Which means, thank you Rail Trail, thank you very much. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag now. All those big beautiful bridges that the New South Wales State Government paid for, New South Wales State Government paid for, are now more than qualified to take the weight of a train. Yes, thank you very much. Because then as soon as a stroke of a pen comes along, signed a piece of paper, you are gone. Very simply. Because every single bridge they rebuilt is stronger than what they originally were 120 years ago. So there you go, plus. Right? So, you understand what they've done? So you're too busy playing on your phone.
No, I'm just looking up something.
Did you understand what I said?
Yes, I said they're more than qualified to.
No, not qualified.
or
Certified.
Certified to. Yeah.
Because they're bigger. They're bigger than the original bridges were that sat there for over 100 years. So basically, they use rail fail to rebuild the line until such time as it suits them, which would be when they do the casino to Lismore, to Byron Bay, to Mullumbimby, to Biddy Nutchell, to Murwillumbah, to Condong, to Tumbulgum,
Yeah.
and on to Chindra, over to Benora Point, and then into the Coolangatta Airport.
All right. So
Because then people don't have to go to Ballina Airport and for example, rent a car for $200 a kilometre,
Yeah.
maximum 200 kilometres on a rental. They can go to Coolangatta, right? And therefore then they're going to get all the traffic out of Ballina. People can then fly down to Coolangatta and get a rent-a-car and drive around up there. Or they can get on the train and come down to Byron Bay.
Well, they had a rail line out at bloody Ballina.
They had it out there to Ballina. I've seen all the bridges on the Ballina railway line.
Yep.
I've been on that railway line. I went out there with my son Chris down to Ballina. He showed me all that is. Hello, we've got a visitor on the channel. Hello. No, they pissed off. Anyway, well, stay pissed off. They want to come in and piss off, that's fine.
So,
Anyway, so, oh man, my knees are killing me. So, basically, what they've sort of done, which they didn't realise, where Railfail comes in, they get the $30 million project in, and this company comes along and rebuilds these former railway bridges. They're actually building them bigger than what they originally were,
yeah.
which is actually, they're undermining their own defeat. Right? I mean, they're undermining their own defence. They're going to be defeated. Because the railway's going to say, well, look, it is our money. New South Wales State Government did pay for the bridges. Right? Did pay for the bridges. And they've only got a 30-year lease.
Yeah.
And these politicians are turning around and say, oh, yes, but, you know, like Mr. Ballina to whatever Byron Bay electrical mob, whatever his name is.
Oh,
Yeah,
train.
yeah, Mr. Unicycle, who rides around on one-wheel push bike, the intelligence of a grasshopper, who's, as far as, look, mate, play with your PowerPoints, but you know jack shit about railway construction, you know jack shit about railway corridors, you know jack shit about people movement, you know jack shit about traffic movement, you know jack shit about bloody holiday makers, population growth, education department, and teachers got to get to work and kids have got to get to schools, and all you're worrying about your PowerPoints. You go play with your PowerPoints and you let transport come back to people that deal with transport all their life, ever since I was 16 years old. So go stick your really in a PowerPoint and go electrocute yourself, will you? A silly bastard from Ballina. And the dickhead from Kingscliff, I think he's Kingscliff University or Kingscliff Tape, who rides around on a unicycle, right?
Yeah.
And he's over 60 or whatever he is, or over 50, and he said how smart he is. Mate, I just had a poor left knee replacement. You are lucky to be walking. What the hell are you doing riding around on a unicycle at your age? One fall off and you break a hip and you break a knee, you're stuck for the rest of your life. And credit union computer technician. That's right. The local building society's computer guy. What do you know about trains, railway corridors, ballast, bridges, people movement, and all the rest of it, and growth, industry, and helping build up the economy of a town, when all you want to do is ride around on your little unicycle, and all you do is sit there and play with the keyboard? Well, mate, you can play around with the keyboard all you like and get a degree in brain surgery, but I'll tell you now, unless you actually went in there and physically done it, they would never let you operate. Because if you did it all on a laptop, that's all you know. Laptop, right? That's where your brain is. Laptop. You keep riding on your little unicycle and go around the roundabout at Kingscliff, and you just keep riding around there in circles, and that's about your mentality and your IQ. Piss off away from railways. Leave railways alone, right? Okay, you may think you won now, but really, you've defeated yourself, because thank you very much, you've given us all those nice great big bridges, because I'm the former New South Wales Railway Bridge Inspector. So thank you very much. You've improved them so nicely, we can just take them back. So if you're starting to poop your pants, you should be. And if you think you're going to go up the head of means to go up your brain, bad luck, it ain't going to work, because I'm the one with the camera, not you. And I'm not saying nothing bad, and I'm not mentioning any names. You know who you are. Right? You're going to be a dickhead, ride around a unicycle, and walk around type on a computer and tell people how great it is to have a railway corridor to go cycle on, and makes no money for the local community, and the state government had to pay for it, which is taxpayers' money. Oh, that's right. That's what we all are, aren't they? All these people working here, they're taxpayers. Yeah, they pay for that, not you. It didn't come out of their pocket.
Well, even if you don't utilise it, your taxes will have to commence too, because the upkeep of it.
That's right.
Because one thing I'll tell you is that the next flood, I'll be quite interested to see what happens to that rail trail, because it survived many floods, and it's the ballast and it's the rail line that kept it together.
Well, that's what young Chris was showing me last night, was that the ballast is why they put the tar on top of it.
Yeah.
Because they said, why couldn't they keep the rails and have the track next to it? Because this company down here, again,
Hazel Brothers.
Hazel Brothers.
That's the one.
Turned around and said, we couldn't put it next to it because it's too boggy and too muddy after it floods or after it rains.
Of course.
That's why they had to use a ballast. That's why they had to take away the rails. So what I want to know is, when the government decides to bring back the rails, and the law states anybody caught removing a railway line and sleepers of a railway corridor, active or inactive, must pay for the replacement of them.
Just like that guy in Canberra. You see on the Canberra line, the farmer come up and decided to rip the lines out, and then he basically said, okay, you removed them, but did you have permission? Where was the permission? Because that's why there is a law stating that you cannot be on an active railway line nor an
inactive railway line, because it can be.
Land. Yeah.
It's still owned by the people. Yeah. It's like me walking out here digging up a hole in the main street or out there on the freeway. You just can't do it. You can't just do it and get away with it.
Yeah.
They think they got away with it. Oh, Tweed City Council said we could. But Tweed City Council doesn't manage railway corridors. They have a lease on the corridor, but they don't have the right to get rid of the rails. Neither does that construction company.
Yeah.
They don't really have the right. They put it that they said they're going to ask thousands of people in the Tweed, and they never did.
No, there was no.
Because even the former mayor turned around and said it. She said, we never asked anybody. We only asked a few people. And there was 40 random different people. Well, probably they wouldn't even ride a push bike. They probably wouldn't give a rat's ass who. It's like me giving a shit about Billy Brown at Buddy Hastings Point having a poop on a Sunday. I wouldn't give a poop myself. I mean, you know. Bloody idiot.
They've got a list of those lines now that were never opened. So you've got the Casino de Bonalba.
Can I?
Can you read that?
No, I can read it. Casino to Bonalbo.
Yep. Dumbarton to Melbourne.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, Dumbarton to Melbourne.
Yep.
Golgong to Marvale.
Maryvale.
Maryvale. Gyra to Gorigo.
Yep, which is where
Well, what I said.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
And it also, we got Inverell
Yep.
to Dorigo. Inverell to Gyra.
Yeah.
Robinvale to Leedy.
And the eastern
And
suburbs.
Eastern Suburbs Extension.
Yeah.
Now, for the people who don't know where that is, it actually comes out of Maroubra Junction.
Mm.
It comes right down there under, the tunnel's actually already built
Yep.
up to Randwick at, come on, do you know where it finishes?
Bondi?
You got to go to Bondi
Bondi,
Junction,
it-
which is at Bondi
It goes further.
Junction.
It goes further than Bondi Junction.
It goes around the corner.
The station.
and
The station.
It goes down to the cross.
Yeah.
Not King's Cross,
No.
the cross, what they call the cross just outside of Bondi Junction.
Yeah.
Right?
So it actually goes right down because they used to have trams go right down there. So
No, that's as far as they built the tunnel.
yeah, that's fine. There is still infrastructure that was. set
Anyway,
up.
that's not all of them anyway.
No. Have you been on that site? There's some
Right.
right there.
Yeah, of course that's right. Now you go and look up the ones that have been closed. Now that'll give you something to do. Yeah, this is fun. Anybody in the chat want to come in, by all means leave a comment after this great conversation. That was me done Chendra down to Benny Nudgel.
Well, do you know of Hairy Legs, don't you? The map for Hairy Legs did.
No, I don't know Hairy Legs.
All right, so there's a guy named Hairy Legs, and all New South Wales infrastructure has been mapped on Google Earth.
So, good on
yeah,
him.
so basically, I've got Google Earth here.
I wouldn't have the time to do that, but
No,
anyway.
but he's done it. He's done
you're
it
good.
already.
Good
so,
on him, yeah.
I like
Good
to-
on you, Hairy Legs. I'll come and shave him for you.
He's a hairy. You know what a hairy leg is, don't you?
No, go on.
Works on the overhead store power lines. That's what hairy leg is. There you go. That's why they're called hairy legs, because they work with power, and the hairs used to stand up on the legs. That's why they're called hairy legs. There you go.
You're talking about the
Something
railway line overhead
like-
power.
Yeah, the overhead power, store power lines. Yeah. Pentagrams.
I learn something new every day. Anyway, go on,
That's it.
come on. Where's this map? Come on.
No. Give me a chance. Oh, yeah, Google Earth.
He's sober. I've been drinking.
Do I have Earth on this? I don't have Earth on this. Alright.
Anyway, so I'll go back up there to Chendra, round the Chendra over the parallel on the side of the eastern side, or the mouth side of the bridge. Station there above the Benora Point Caravan Park. Another one up there, South Tweed, just down by the motorway down there towards Hungry Jack's, I think it is, or KFC or something, wherever they can fit it in. And then I've come around there to Coolangatta Airport and have a Y turnaround. Now, a Y turnaround or a triangle turnaround, which means, so people can understand what I'm talking about, is that I'll do a little,
There was three wide turnarounds.
right, like that, is that if they loco haul into the platform, the locos can drive off, turn around, come out and go down a parallel railway line, then pop back on the other end. The same as what they've got at Jennings and Wallangarra on the New South Wales Queensland border on the New England Highway. By the way, Wallangarra railway station has a very beautiful, it's Queensland, but it's the Jennings New South Wales side of it, has a very beautiful cafe diner steak. They cater for all the tourist trains that go out to Coolangatta from Brisbane via Warwick, and it's a great place to go and have a visit. And that's the station I helped restart way back in 1995, just after the Queensland government closed it. Also, Tenterfield Railway Station has the Railway Museum there at Tenterfield. It's got my father's train and the diagram up there on the wall from 1886 that I personally donated to the Tenterfield Railway Museum because it was in my office, which further confirms, yes, I'm the guy who done all the railway archive stuff. There you go. See? I'm not full of shit like some of these other people come and say, what can I do with these things? Because I ride a unicycle. I can do all these things. Oh, I plug into PowerPoints. That makes me intelligent. Anyway. You doing whatever you're doing?
No, I can't find it. You can't do it on the... I can do it.
Listen, look, that's been the story of your life. Every girl said, I met with no shoes that said, I can't find it. They said, well, just...
He's up.
Yeah, he's up. He's up.
Well, okay, I'll do a live and I'll show you. You jump on my live.
Right. Anyway, listen, I'm going to leave this one.
Yeah.
After 36 minutes, so thank you for dropping in.
Cheers, guys. Like, subscribe and all that stuff.
Me to Hominoid or to
History Hunter Danunder.
History Hunter Danunder.
That's
Danunder.
Yeah, correct, mate.
Or just type in the word Comdom, you might find his name. No, I'm just being nasty, I'm being facetious. Look, actually, I'm going to call you Baby Howard.
Baby Howard?
Yeah, Baby Howard. Yeah, Howard's an American friend of mine over in Maine.
Maine?
He has to think about mooses.
New York?
Yeah, no, Maine. He has to think about mooses. I don't know what it is. But he's a redhead. He's like Brendan, he's a redhead. No, just having a bit of fun. I'm cross-channeling my other YouTube channel friends. That's all onto this one because they obviously watch this because they always do.
That's it, yeah.
See you later. Bye from Hominoid. Bye from Dan. See you later. And don't forget, get your dog spayed and neutered and look after yourself. God bless you. And somebody does love you somewhere. All right? And if you need medical help or treatment, and don't commit suicide or anything like that, there was always somebody out there to help you. All right? God love you.